If holding a deep squat for just 30 seconds leaves you feeling stiff, sore, or teetering on the edge of balance, your body may be on a faster track to aging than you realize. But the solution isn't necessarily more workouts or another gym membership. It's about returning to one of the most natural human postures we have collectively forgotten. Before chairs, couches, and ergonomic office setups, we squatted. We squatted to rest, to eat, and to work. Our ancestors didn't need specialized gear or foam rollers to stay mobile into old age. They simply moved the way the human body was designed to move, and the deep resting squat was a cornerstone of that design. Now, modern studies confirm what ancient wisdom knew all along. Just 5 minutes a day in this primal position can unlock tight hips, alleviate back pain, improve digestion, and even contribute to a longer, healthier life. Does it sound too simple to be true? That's what I thought, until I tried it. Today, I'm going to share exactly what happened when I committed to resting squats for 30 days, and why this ancient posture might just be the missing link in your own health journey. As you listen, I invite you to try holding the position and comment to share how long you lasted. Let's establish a starting point together. The first thing I discovered was a profound change in my joint health and a welcome relief from chronic pain. When I first attempted a resting squat, my body protested. My knees popped, my ankles screamed, and my hips felt like rusted hinges. It was a humbling experience. But I soon realized that this discomfort wasn't the problem. It was the symptom. After years of sitting in chairs, driving cars, and lounging on sofas, my joints had been locked into 90-degree angles for decades. What I needed wasn't another stretch. I needed to reintroduce their full, natural range of motion. The squat does this instinctively. After just 1 week of squatting for 5 minutes a day, broken into short intervals, the changes began. There was less stiffness when I woke up, less cracking in my knees on the stairs. My hips no longer felt jammed when I bent forward. Why? Because the squat doesn't just stretch, it decompresses. It gently loads the joints, awakens dormant stabilizer muscles, and floods neglected areas with blood flow. This isn't rehabilitation, it's restoration. And, compellingly, studies now link deep squat mobility with a reduced risk of arthritis, promising joint longevity well into our later years. But if joint health was just the beginning, what else could this simple posture unlock? The benefits went far beyond my joints. I began to reclaim a sense of natural human movement I hadn't realized I'd lost. Modern life has in many ways trained us out of moving like human beings. Consider this. When was the last time you lowered yourself to the ground without using your hands, without your knees protesting, or without needing support to stand back up? The resting squat is more than a stretch. It's a return to your body's native operating system. It's how our ancestors ate, rested, gave birth, and worked. In many parts of the world, it's how people still wait for the bus. The more I practiced, the more I understood this wasn't about flexibility, but about relearning control. Suddenly, simple acts like tying my shoes or picking up a dropped key no longer felt like a chore. My movements became smoother, more integrated. It felt as though I had upgraded my body's software without even breaking a sweat. Biomechanics experts call this natural movement restoration, and it's a growing focus in physical therapy for its ability to strengthen the neurological connection to our core muscles, improve coordination, and make daily life feel almost effortless again. And trust me, once you experience that kind of freedom, you'll never want to go back. This newfound freedom was accompanied by an unexpected surge in lower body strength, all without a single trip to the gym. I used to believe that building strong legs required heavy weights. It turns out, simply holding your own body in a deep squat with proper form is one of the most underrated strength builders in existence. When you're in that low position, your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, calves, and even the muscles in your feet are all firing to stabilize you. It's not like doing repetitions. This is isometric strength. Your muscles are engaged continuously to keep you upright and balanced. After 2 weeks of daily resting squats, I noticed something remarkable. Climbing stairs felt easier. My legs didn't fatigue as quickly on long walks. Even my standing posture felt more solid, as if I were rooted to the ground. The best part? It requires zero equipment, zero noise, and zero gym fees. It's the kind of quiet, foundational strength that builds from the inside out, slowly but undeniably. For anyone concerned about losing muscle with age, this is one of the simplest and safest ways to fight back. But perhaps the most surprising change was internal. I began to experience vastly improved digestion. It caught me completely off guard, but I started feeling lighter, not emotionally, but physically, as if something inside my body was finally moving as it should. That's when it clicked. The squat wasn't just working my muscles, it was massaging my internal organs. In many Eastern cultures, squatting is the natural posture for elimination, and there's sound science behind this. Squatting alters the angle of the colon, relaxes key muscles, and applies a gentle, helpful pressure to the abdomen that encourages waste to move more efficiently. As I began holding deep squats daily, bloating became a rare occurrence. My digestion felt smoother, and honestly, I just felt less sluggish overall. It was as if my intestines were getting a daily tune-up. Western medicine is starting to catch on, with gastroenterologists recognizing how postural habits like slouching can impede gut motility. The squat does the exact opposite. It aligns, engages, and encourages the body's natural digestive flow. It's a hidden benefit that, once you feel it, will make you wonder why we ever gave it up. This internal alignment had an external effect I hadn't anticipated. A dramatic improvement in my balance and a newfound confidence in my stability. We all know that aging can be daunting, but falling as you age is a genuine fear. It's a leading cause of injury and loss of independence, particularly for those over 60. But what most people miss is that balance is not merely about not tipping over. It's a complex symphony of joint stability, ankle mobility, core strength, and proprioception, the body's awareness of itself in space. The deep squat trains all of these simultaneously. The longer I held the squat each day, the more I noticed small but powerful shifts. I could walk on uneven ground without a second thought. My stance felt steadier while brushing my teeth or putting on socks. Even turning quickly, an action I used to avoid, felt more controlled. The squat forces your entire lower body to coordinate. The ankles stabilize, the knees align, the hips engage, and the core fires to keep everything in check. It's like teaching your body to trust itself again, and as we age, that kind of functional training is priceless. This sense of renewed trust extended all the way to my circulation. If your feet or ankles tend to swell after a long day of sitting, or if your legs feel heavy for no apparent reason, your circulation may be silently struggling. The truth is, our bodies were not designed for 8-hour days in a chair. When we sit for prolonged periods, blood flow slows, lymphatic drainage stagnates, and fluid pools in our lower extremities. But once I started incorporating deep squats into my daily routine, I noticed that my legs no longer felt as puffy. My feet weren't as cold. That dull, dragging heaviness at the end of the day simply vanished. The resting squat acts as a natural pump, alternately compressing and decompressing the tissues of the lower body, helping to push blood and lymph fluid back toward the heart. It stimulates circulation without any need for massage tools or compression socks. For anyone who sits all day, this isn't just helpful, it's essential. It's like giving your lower body a daily flush of fresh energy. As my body became more stable from the ground up, I noticed a change in how I carried myself throughout the day, a natural correction of my posture. Let's be honest, most of us spend hours hunched over a phone, a laptop, or a steering wheel. Over time, that tech slump doesn't just look bad, It physically reshapes your spine, tightens your chest, weakens your core, and can lead to chronic back pain. The magic of the deep squat is that it gently guides your spine back into its natural alignment without you even having to think about it. As you sink into a proper squat, your pelvis tilts correctly, your lower back finds its natural curve, and your chest lifts. There's no slouching, just your body stacking itself as it was designed. After the first week, I noticed my shoulders sitting further back. I wasn't rounding forward at my desk as much, and the constant tightness in my lower back began to dissolve. Experts refer to this as passive spinal decompression. Think of it as a daily, gravity-powered reset for your posture. No chiropractor required. This postural reset reached even deeper, strengthening a crucial but often overlooked area: the pelvic floor. This is a topic many people avoid until it becomes a problem. The pelvic floor is a group of muscles at the base of your core that supports bladder control, sexual health, and spinal stability. With age, after childbirth or due to inactivity, these muscles can weaken, leading to issues like embarrassing leaks and poor core strength. What blew my mind was discovering that the deep resting squat naturally activates and strengthens the pelvic floor without a single Kegel. In the squat, your pelvic muscles must lengthen and engage under controlled pressure. You aren't just tightening, you are training these deep foundational muscles to hold your body in balance from the ground up. Within a few weeks, I noticed better bladder control and stronger core engagement during all my movements. This low-impact, deep muscle training can be life-changing, particularly for women, but it also improves stability and core power for men. Of course, you can't talk about squats without talking about the hips, and what I experienced was nothing short of unlocking a long-lost mobility. If your hips feel stiff when you get out of bed or tight after sitting for too long, you are not alone. Modern life has locked our hips into right angles. The deep squat is the key. As you ease into the position, your hip sockets open, your inner thighs stretch, and your glutes activate, all without force. You're not pushing into flexibility, you're sinking into it. That gentle, daily exposure begins to reverse years of tightness. After just a few minutes a day for 2 weeks, walking felt smoother. My stride lengthened. Getting down to the floor no longer felt like a complex yoga pose. More importantly, my hips felt alive again, capable of moving in all directions, not just front to back. Strong, mobile hips are the foundation for everything, and the squat targets them in one simple, primal move. But the final benefit is perhaps the most profound, connecting this simple posture to the very essence of longevity. Here's a fact that stopped me in my tracks. A study in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that adults who could get up from a sitting position on the floor without using their hands had a significantly lower risk of premature death. Let that sink in. Your ability to get down to and up from the floor is a powerful predictor of how long and how well you will live. And the resting squat is the single best exercise to train that exact ability. When you squat daily, you are maintaining the coordination, joint health, and strength that preserve your independence as you age. This isn't just about fitness, it's about being able to pick up your grandchildren, to garden without pain, to get up if you fall. The squat is a quiet investment in your future mobility, and perhaps your longevity. Now, while the resting squat is powerful, it's not for everyone, at least not right away. If you have severe knee pain, hip replacements, recent surgeries, or advanced osteoporosis, please consult your doctor or physical therapist first. For beginners, start with supported variations. Hold on to a chair, use a wall for balance, or place a yoga block under your heels. The goal is not to force your body into a position it's not ready for, but to gently reintroduce the movement. Remember, consistency always beats intensity. So here is the truth we often overlook. Your body wasn't built to sit. It was built to squat. This one position connects to everything: your joints, your digestion, your posture, and even how long you might live. Somewhere along the way, we traded this natural movement for chairs and couches, and in doing so, we lost something fundamental. But you can reclaim it. It doesn't take a gym, special equipment, or hours of your time. It just takes 5 minutes, on the floor, with your own body. Since I started, I feel stronger, lighter, and more grounded. My back aches less, and most importantly, I feel more in tune with my body, like I've finally given it back something it has been missing for years. Will it feel awkward at first? Probably. Will your heels lift, your ankles protest, your hips feel tight? Absolutely. But that is the point. That is the signal that this is precisely where the work is needed. Start where you are. Hold it for 20 seconds today. 30 tomorrow. Use support and progress slowly, because the older you get, the more this posture matters. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me how long you can hold a squat today. And if you'd like a full breakdown on how to squat safely at any age, just type resting below. Your body will thank you for this. Maybe not today, but 10 years from now, it absolutely will.